Athletes, welcome back to another great day of fitness. We've got a great workout planned for you. 3 rounds straight through of squats, push-ups, and lunges coming your way. We got TJ, we got Clara. Let's get into the warm-up next. Athletes, your warm-up is here. We've got 10 seconds on the clock. We've got 10 seconds on the clock. There we go, the remote. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get a new one of these days. We got 5, and 3, 2, starting with squats, and go. So what we're gonna do during this warm-up is that we're gonna take 20 seconds on each of the movements that we're doing in the workout, just to use this as a nice little warm-up so that you can get those snap, crackle, pops out of your joints. Get yourself woken up. We'll pick up the intensity on our second round. We are gonna go down to the floor, and now we are going into push-ups. We've got Clara at an elevated push-up. We got TJ going hand release push-ups on the floor. When we go through here, if you need to modify this movement, we can do our push-ups to the knees and then straighten up all the way at the top. Straighten up all the way at the top, and then back down. And then we're gonna go ahead and stand up and go into lunges. I'll show you what your next modification for push-ups is on the second round. On our lunges, I just want step back lunges here. So back knee is gonna touch the floor, keep your chest up. I want you guys to make sure that we are trying to focus on keeping ourselves as balanced as possible. We're going into air squats in 3, 2, 1, back into your air squats here. Let's pick up the intensity just a little bit. I'm gonna put you through 3 rounds of this. I know I said 2, but I always have that surprise round for you, because just like life, there's not a certain number of rounds planned, and there's typically an extra one when you don't expect it. Getting full range of motion below parallel, and then standing up, showing full extension, back down on the floor. We're gonna go down to the floor for our push-ups now. What we can do for our push-ups, if we need to, is that we can do a floor plate press. So we can lay down on the ground, we can press, bring that chest or that plate back down towards our chest and modify there. You can do this with an object, with a plate, anything you have at the house to replicate that press. Go ahead and stand up, and let's get into our lunges again. With these lunges now, I want you guys to go through and pick up your pacing here to as soon as you hit extension, you're going right back into that next rep. Again, when we're going through, we want to try to avoid pressing off on our forward leg and use that working leg as the main point of balance. Go ahead and back into our air squats now, and this is workout pace. So you gotta pick that pace up. I gotta have faster, I gotta have faster. TJ, you gotta go faster, a little bit faster. That's better, good. When the hair starts to waft, then I know he's going fast enough. That's what we use as the metric for TJ. We're gonna go back down to the floor for our push-ups. TJ, on your back for me real quick. This is what our floor plate press looks like. So with that, elbows are gonna touch the floor. The plate does not touch your chest, so you're gonna go down, but this is a fantastic modification that you can use if you're working on push-up strength and you don't wanna do knee push-up. Go ahead and put that implement to the side and go back into our lunges. Now with our lunges for TJ, he has jumping lunges today, so this is what these look like. He's gonna alternate back and forth through these, making sure that he is touching his back knee to the floor every single time. We have 3, 2, 1, and rest. And that is it for the warm-up. We've got the workout coming your way, so do whatever you need to so that you can give me 3 rounds of undivided attention, because we got your fitness coming up now. Athletes, your workout is here. We've got 10 seconds. Again, we have 10 seconds on the clock. The remote, I swear. We've got 5 seconds on the clock. We're going into air squats in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we have, now why did you speed up and stand all the way up on your air squats, TJ? Get your hips open, none of these count. None of these count. There you go, that's better. That's 1 for TJ. So, as you can see, TJ is doing what we don't need to do is that we want to make sure that we go fast on air squats, but not so fast that we get stuck in this position here. If you want to give yourself a cue that's going to help you get full extension in your hips, think about getting your chest tall at the top of the rep, and that automatically opens your hips. If you don't believe me, try to get your chest tall, but keep your hips closed. It's very, very awkward. So it's gonna pay off just to go ahead and stand up all the way. So when we go through this workout, we've got 3 rounds. You have 50 air squats to open up each of these sets. Now, when we go through this 50 air squats, you add that up, that's 150 total. That's quite a few air squats. So we want to find a pace that we can stay measured through from our first rep to our last. If you're starting out super hot in order to try to get ahead or beat the person you're working out with, or even trying to beat TJ, if you're doing your full range of motion reps, and then you can't maintain that throughout, you're gonna find that you're gonna get passed up later. A workout like this that has such a large volume to it, we wanna make sure that we're finding a moderate pace that we can maintain throughout. Both athletes are moving into our push-ups now. So we've got push-ups elevated on a box or Clara, and we've got hand release push-ups for TJ. Your hand release push-ups, it's all the way to the floor, taking our hands off the floor. You just need to lose contact between your palms and fingers and the floor in some fashion, and then right back down. There's no prescribed distance. You gotta pull your hands off the floor. Just get some space in between those and the floor. We're back onto our lunges now, and so with these lunges, left and right count as 1 rep. So that means if you're counting each leg, you're gonna count up to 20, which is somewhat easier than counting doubles for your double legs. We got TJ already done with his jumping lunges, trying to prove a point from doing those no reps on his air squats. And then we got Clara staying nice and steady on her step back lunges on this side. So when we're going through on our lunges, if we have difficulty mobility wise, or just our joints in general aren't too happy with doing lunges, we can go into a step back position like this, where we just get into this wide stance and then we come forward and then step back. We can put the emphasis on our glute, so when we step back, we think about my front leg is the forward leg that's working. I'm gonna think about contracting that front glute as I step up. That's gonna be a good modification that you can do for your lunge so that you can still get the same benefit, but keep your body happy through this workout. Both athletes are on to their second round of this workout. We've got Clara squatting to a box. Now, for your box height, we get this question all the time in terms of how high should my box be, and that is gonna be customized to what you need for your fitness level. So if you feel as though a box height that's gonna be slightly above parallel is all you can do right now, then that's where we want you to go to. If you feel like you can make it to parallel or even below parallel, set up your object height to that so that you can go down and make contact and then stand back up. We don't want to have something that you've got to go down to and completely sit down on unless that's where we're at in our fitness journey. Because I've said it once, I'll say it again, you are on your own journey. It's unlike anybody else's. So you pick these workouts and help customize these for yourself at a place that's going to be right above where your level is. It makes no sense giving yourself a difficulty of 10 when a difficulty of 2 or 3 on a movement is challenging enough for right now. We always want to finish these workouts feeling like we could do a little bit more, but still feel like we worked really hard during that, because that's how we're going to get better on this. We got TJ finishing up on his push-ups. We got Clara in the middle of her elevated push-ups, and then TJ is back onto his jumping lunges. With our jumping lunges, you will see that TJ's not hitting full extension at his hips here. That is okay. On a jumping lunge, the overall standard there is that we are just going to alternate those legs, getting that ballistic in. He is coming off the floor with both feet at the same time, touching the back knee to the floor on each rep and counting those legs as 1. So left goes back, right goes back, that's 1 rep. Or you can make it easy on yourself and count all the way up to 20. I can only do that if I got sandals on though, because I can count my toes and my fingers, you know. 10 and 10, never mind. That joke did not land. It made our camera guy laugh though. We got TJ on his final set of squats here. Now again, on these squats, we are finding that pace that hopefully we're maintaining the same pace that we set in round number 1. On these reps, you take a nice deep breath in at the top, squat, and then breathe out on the way up. Your breathing is by far the most important thing that you could do in a workout, even more so than the movements you're doing, because arguably, and I can't say this for sure, but I don't think you could do this workout without breathing. Please don't test this at home. I do want you guys to keep breathing, but if you find that you pace your breathing with the reps that you're doing, it's kind of like your internal governor. That's the thing that you'll put on a golf cart so you can't go too fast. But what that does is that allows you to find the pacing that you can maintain throughout. Because sometimes we're doing a workout with somebody who's a little bit faster than us or a little bit slower than us. And if we're always judging our pace off of the person we're working with, it can put you in a spot that's not ideal for your fitness level improvement. So think about finding that pacing that we can maintain a breath with each rep, unless we're in the very last set of a movement. We've got 10 reps left and we want to crank all of them out to try to finish as fast as possible. That's when you're allowed to get out of sync with your breathing, because you know you get a rest coming up after that. We got TJ back onto his hand release push-ups. He's doing chin to the floor push-ups. This is very impressive. It's the first time I've seen this for him. But he's working his way through his final set here. We got Clara working on her last set of squats to her box. And when we're going through, this is something I always like to talk about too, is if you're only doing squats to box when we do these workouts together, I would encourage you, give yourself some extra credit one day when your legs are feeling good. We do a workout that's not super leg heavy. Start testing out some different heights on your box, because you'll be surprised that one day you get into it and then you are able to get down to a lower height than you thought was impossible. And that's just because you're showing up consistently every day. So make sure you give yourself those small tests. And TJ is done. Made it look way too easy. No? Okay. Hey, great effort from TJ. We got Clara finishing up on her step back lunges here. She's doing the assisted version. So she's got an object that's next to her. Claire's doing the assisted version that she has an object there and she touches it if she needs it. If you guys need to use something like a PVC pipe that you can hold in front of you to stabilize yourself the entire time, again, there's levels to this. So we can have the lowest level to where we have stability throughout. And then the other times we make it a little bit more difficult on ourselves and just use that stability item if we need it. Clara is on the tail end of her set here, of our set of 3, and this is a fast workout. You got a lot of volume in, and Clara is done. TJ, great job. Clara, great job. Athletes at home, fantastic job. If you guys are still going, as always, we need you to finish out. Don't just stop, because we're done here. I want to see every single one of those reps done before you are finished. Make sure that you stick around, because we got your cool down coming up next. Athletes, fantastic job on that workout. As always, we loved having you. We had a great time. We hope you did as well. Now, there's a 2 out of 365 chance that it's your birthday or Christmas. But even if it's not, I got a deal for you. We got a 7-day free trial that you can start right now. The Mayhem Athlete community is a group of like-minded athletes that will encourage you along the way to your fitness goals, whether you want to be a little bit fitter for life and tackle the things that come your way, or make it all the way to the competition floor. So if you're not a part of the Mayhem Athlete community, we hope that you'll join us today and join us for another great day of fitness. Now, we got your cool down listed here, so make sure that you stick around, because your body just took care of you, so take care of your body. And as always, be good, be kind, and join us again for another great day of workouts.